Okay, so this is a video about the new Logitech G Pro X Superlight. It's their new gaming mice, and I normally don't unbox things on this channel, right? Normally when I get products that I'm personally really interested in, I like to enjoy that experience of opening it up and just trying to figure out how it works and stuff like that. That's just how I roll, right? So I don't want to sit in front of a camera and have to think of things to say to interact with you guys. I just want to enjoy that in a very normal and organic way. However, when these things came in, there was something about the unboxing that I did want to share with you guys. So I came into the studio last week, and the way that we handle packages is that there's a pile of boxes that just collects up, right? And on a particular day of the week, I'll bust them open just to see what's going on inside them, and then I'll choose what videos I want to do. Now for this particular package, I didn't notice it right away. I knew that it was coming in, right? I had been told that the new Logitech G Pro wireless mice were coming in, but I didn't know it was that particular day. So I come in and I see a really big package and I examine it. It's the new AMD GPUs. Very cool. And I look around and I notice another package. It's the Apple devices. It's the M1 MacBook and the Mac Mini. Like, okay, that's the thing that's really cool. I'm probably gonna pop that open first. But then I see this box. It's got the G logo on it, and I recognize that this is probably those new Logitech G Pro wireless mice. And this new one was supposed to be lighter with a new sensor and new features, and it came in this white color. Like, you know I like my white mice if you follow my channel. So I'm playing around with it, looking at the bottom of it, noticing that the kind of PTFE feet look a little bit different than the way the original one did. And then I noticed the charging port. Why? Why did they have to put micro USB on a mouse of this caliber in 2020? Okay, so I'm not gonna do a hardcore technical review on these mice. I'm just gonna talk about them from the perspective of someone who really liked the original. It's like one of my favorite mice of all time, and just kind of some impressions and thoughts about them. So the first thing I wanna talk about is their weight. They are marketed as 63 grams. It's on their packaging, it's on their website, and they weighed in lighter. So I measured them at 60 grams, and I thought it might be the scale, so I measured a bunch of my ultralight wireless mice, and they're all measuring at the advertised spec, but these ones come in at 60, maybe 61 grams. It's a little bit lighter than their advertised specification. Now you notice the weight reduction, especially for a mouse that doesn't have any honeycombing or perforations on the shell. It's a fully solid back mouse, and it still weighs 63 grams. It's a very light mouse. They've changed a couple things on the interior to reduce that weight, and they've also removed the right mouse buttons. Well, not the right click, but the buttons on the right side of the mouse. And they've also removed the RGB lighting. There used to be a light up G logo right in the middle, and you can change the colors on that thing, but it's gone. Now you only have this single indicator LED when it's charging and indicate the battery status. But the aesthetics of this mouse otherwise are very similar to the original. Now on the bottom, you'll notice a fairly different configuration of the feet. There's a big and wide PTFE piece up at the front, as well as this C-shaped one in the back, and then there's that ring of material around the sensor. But this feels noticeably different than my old or original G Pro wireless. And it could just because, you know, the material's new, but I don't think it's just that. I actually feel like there's a perceptible difference in smoothness with this new configuration of feet. I like it. You also have the option of removing the center cover and replacing it with a very similar sized and shaped piece, but this has PTFE material on the bottom, but I don't really enjoy the experience when this is installed. It just feels like there's a little more drag, and when you have it on, it's actually quite easy to scratch this material because when you remove it, you're just kind of hitting it with your nail, and you will very likely scuff this thing up quickly if you're removing it often. And you might, because that's where you store the dongle for the wireless connection. So the sensor is their new Hero 25K sensor. It's extremely high DPI, 25,600. I feel like very few people, if any, play at that kind of DPI setting. If I'm being honest, I personally can't tell the difference between this sensor and their original Hero sensor. Like, this feels awesome, but so did the old one. I feel like if you're an ultra high level player, like maybe Shroud, he does use this mouse if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he can tell the difference, but it's a good sensor. There's no doubt about that. The battery life has been bumped up a little bit. It's now good for 70 hours of wireless use, and the charging is micro USB. It's just like the old one. It's got these prongs on the side of the cable that help stabilize it, but micro USB. Now, there is one other addition that they've added this year. It's the inclusion of grip tape in the package. It's this black rubbery feeling tape that you apply right onto the surface of the mouse buttons or the side of the mouse. And I've never used anything like this before, and I don't know how long it'll last, but it gives the mouse this nice rubberized grip without adding much weight to the device. The grip tape feels like this nice value add that they throw into the package. Now this thing comes in at $150 US. It's expensive. It's definitely on like the upper echelon of wireless gaming mice. The thing that makes this special is it's really low weight, 63 grams, with a full back, like no perforations. It seems quite difficult to hit this because all the other companies that are making mice at this weight point have holes all over the shell. So it's actually a pretty unique option. I like the design aesthetic. I've always liked the feel of the Logitech G Pro in my hands, and I really like the color of the white one. Like, this looks so nice. What do you think?